objectives for the year to come. When goal setting, we recommend that you adhere to the SMART acronym, choosing specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound objectives. Don't forget, goals should always coordinate with our larger organizational objectives. They should be based on tangible results and not activities, and they should be reviewed regularly in order to reflect changing business needs. In October comes a midpoint review. Meet with supervisors to review the progress so far. This is a great opportunity to touch base, exchange feedback, and make any necessary adjustments. The cycle ends on March 31st, and shortly thereafterwards, staff and management meet to review the year's progress. While specific actions take place at the beginning of the cycle, the midterm review, and the end of the cycle, we cannot stress enough, the most important component in performance management is the ongoing communication and continuous feedback throughout the reporting cycle. Used accordingly, the performance management system serves useful members to reach their best potential while ensuring they get the recognition they rightly deserve. The performance management system lets make better use of it for better results and a more motivated staff. Get support or more information about the performance management system at
Okay. What did you understand from this video? क्या समझ में आया? फटाफट कोई जवाब देगा. Recording भी चालू है. I want to start with the people. Anyone?
That we should, as a performance manager, like performance management analyzer, we should make SMART goals, that is specific, accurate, measurable goals
Correct.
that are achievable by the employees.
Right. And there were lots of points over there. अभी आपको इतना ख्याल में नहीं आएगा क्योंकि हमने प्रोसेस पढ़ा नहीं है. But once I start with the PPT, no, you will easily understand and relate very quickly with this later on. Okay, so let's start with everyone. दिख रहा है परफॉर्मेंस मैनेजमेंट करियर प्लानिंग लिखा है वो?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So we'll quickly revise what we had done in lecture number 1. In lecture number 1, we had seen the meaning of performance management. Okay, what is performance management? It is an ongoing continuous process. Okay, it goes on continuously in the organization, which is done by the HR manager. And this process consists of what? Communicating. Okay, you have to tell the employee, communicating and clarifying job responsibilities, priorities and performance expectations. What are you communicating to the employee? Their job करना है आपके organization में. What is the priority? क्या जल्दी करना है उनको? And what is the expectation of the management for understanding between the supervisor and the employee. So performance management helps you to communicate to the employee what are their responsibilities, what is the expectation of the management from them, and help them to achieve those or meet those expectations. So that is performance management. We had seen this definition given by Armstrong and Barron. As I had told you earlier, बड़ा definition है तो उसको break down करना है इस तरह से. I've just broken this definition down. Quickly we'll revise this. Performance management is both a strategic and an integrated approach to deliver successful results. क्यों कर रहे हो performance management? Because you want your organization to succeed. And how are you going to make your organization successful? By improving performance. So the role of performance management is to improve performance and develop the capabilities of the teams and individuals. Okay, so this is what we had seen in the earlier lecture. We had also seen the objectives of performance management. इससे क्या होता है? Superior standards of work performance होता है. Every employee is clear about what they are supposed to do. This type of performance management brings clear communication, transparent feedback, which helps in improving the performance of the employee. Then we had seen the importance of performance management also in the last lecture. When in to just summarize all this, when you are doing performance management, the employee progress is monitored regularly. From time to time you are reviewing the employee's performance. So whatever he is doing, you are supervising continuously, you are evaluating the employee, and you are giving constant feedback to the employee. Okay, this will help in improve the performance. Look at this diagram over here. So because of performance management, what is happening? Performance of each and every employee in your organization is improving. Okay, now the performance management system includes the different actions. Which are they? We have already discussed. Now today we are going to see the performance management components, in which you will be very clear about exactly what is done by the performance management system. Okay, whoever are outside, I am admitting them. Please don't disturb in between now. Okay. So we are beginning with this fresh topic today, that is component performance management system. As somebody had just given to me what performance, they said it is performance planning. So for performance planning is only one part of the performance management system. It is the very first part. Now what happens in performance planning? In performance planning, the performance of the employee is planned by, there will be two parties now. One, the employee himself, and two, the supervisor or the reviewer, you can say, the one who is going to review his or her performance. So you have an appraisee, that is the employee, and appraiser or the reviewer. These two parties will sit together, and in the beginning only they will decide what should be the performance of the employee during that particular year, and which are finalized after mutual agreement. Okay, they will all sit together and decide. This performance planning is a joint activity. Remember this very, very clearly. It is a joint activity where the employee is involved in the performance planning. Now, after the planning is done, now performance will start. So when the your second component of performance management is performance appraisal. What do you mean by appraisal? Appraisal means to check, to find out, to verify, right? So every activity of the employee is monitored, it is supervised, and appraisal is done. So we don't want to do the appraisal at the end of the year only. Of course, at the end of the year, that annual appraisal is definitely going to be there. But we will not wait till the whole year gets over and then give feedback, because we want our employees' performance to improve all the time. So what we do is, normally performance appraisal is done twice in a year. In many organizations, it is twice a year. In some organization, it may be more frequent. So whatever is done in middle of the year is called as mid review. At the end of the year is called as annual review. So in the appraisal, what is done? The appraisee, that is the employee himself, will fill a self-appraisal form. A form is given to them in which they are going to write about their own achievements, what they did in that particular quarter or those many days or months where the appraisal is being done, their achievements, and all this should be in quantifiable terms. After the self-appraisal is done, the supervisor will then give the final ratings. Okay, he may agree with what the employee has said about himself, or he may not agree. So final ratings are given by the appraiser. Review seeks active participation of both employee and the appraiser. So you will see in step number 1, performance planning, and step number 2, performance appraisal, there is active participation of both employee and the appraiser or the employer. Third, now, once you have reviewed the performance of the employee, You need to give feedback to the employee. वो क्या कर रहा है, क्यों गलती हो रहा है उसका, what is happening. You need to give a proper feedback, because if you don't give feedback, the employee will never understand what things are going wrong, or whether he is doing the job well or not. So this is a stage. The third stage is where the employee acquires awareness from the appraiser, जो supervisor है, जो उसको review कर रहा है, about the area of improvement, and also information on whether the employee is contributing to the expected level of performance. काम कर रहा है, वो अच्छा कर रहा है कि नहीं कर रहा है, वो सही कर रहा है कि नहीं कर रहा है. These feedbacks need to be given to the employee. The employee receives an open and a very transparent feedback from whom? From the appraiser. Who is appraiser? His supervisor, who is responsible for the performance of this employee. Training and development needs of the employee are also identified. Now suppose the employee is not performing as per what was planned, no, जो expectations थे उससे वो meet the supervisor, that is supervisor will feel the need for giving training and development to the employee. So ये activity से समझ में आएगा कि किसको training देना जरूरी है. The appraiser adopts all the possible steps to ensure that the employee meets the expected outcome for the organization through personal counseling, guidance, mentoring. The HR manager all these roles. They have to do counseling, they have to guide the employee, they have to mentor the employee so that they way. And also they have to arrange for training programs which will help to improve the overall productivity of the employee and therefore help the organization. Okay, so that's something. Feedbacks followed by counseling, etc. Now, when the employee's performance is being appraised, if the performance is very good, every employee needs appreciation. Every human being, in fact, needs appreciation. Right? So rewarding good performance is also remember that good performances have to be rewarded. The performance improvement plans. Now एक साल हो गया, अपने एनुअल रिव्यू कर दिया, परफॉर्मेंस अच्छा है तो उनको अप्रिशिएट कर दिया, परफॉर्मेंस अच्छा नहीं है तो उनको कैसे रेक्टिफाई करना है वो भी उनको बता दिया. Now next what to do next year? So what you do? Fresh set of goals and new deadlines are established, keeping in mind last year's problems, challenges. You may prepare fresh set of goals and set new deadlines. Employees then communicated about the areas in which employees expected to improve. Right? So उसने जो गलती किया उसको कैसे वो improve करेगा वो भी उसको बताना पड़ेगा. Jointly, look at the word, jointly developed by appraisee, that is the employee, and appraiser, and is mutually approved. After that, the last is potential appraisal. Potential appraisal forms a basis for both lateral and vertical movement of the employee. Every employee who is working in your organization has lots of skills in him or her, inbuilt skills in him or her. So through performance management, you can easily locate those skills or capabilities. You can find out कि ये जो एम्प्लॉई है वो मैनेजरियल पोजीशन के लिए सुटेबल है, ये जो एम्प्लॉई है उसको फाइनेंस जॉब देंगे तो वो अच्छा कर पाएगा, ये customer facing job देना है, and so on. So potential appraisal will help you to find out whether the employee is suitable for a particular job or not, and give movement to the employee. Movement, vertical movement यानी ऊपर भेजना है, vertical movement is promotion. Lateral movement means एक डिपार्टमेंट से दूसरे डिपार्टमेंट में उसको भेजना है. ठीक है. So by implementing and various assessment techniques. We are going to learn all this slowly. Attributes for planning and job rotation. You have come across these two words, succession planning and job rotation. Job rotation means एक जो continuously employ कर रहा है कोई भी job, उस job को more interesting बनाने के लिए वो employee को fatigue, monotony नहीं आए उसके लिए job को other more challenging job. And what is succession planning? As the employee works in the organization, he gains experience. So he becomes capable of occupying senior positions in the organization. So if you want to locate who is the employee who is best suited for the top position, that can be done through potential appraisal. And this will be later on be used when you are doing your succession planning. Okay. So 6 components of your performance management system. They are depicted here in a form of a diagram. ये जो picture है, there are 2 pictures I have taken from the net. So this will summarize the whole. So यहाँ पे देखो सबसे पहले क्या करना है, ड्यूटीज रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज क्या है वो डिसाइड करना है. नेक्स्ट स्मार्ट गोल्स यू हैव टू डिसाइड जॉइंटली. आई अगेन एम्फसाइज दिस वर्ड जॉइंटली बिकॉज साथ मिलके मैनेजर और एम्प्लॉय करते हैं. देन इन बिटवीन यू विल हैव अ रिव्यू. दिस इज कॉल्ड इंटरिम रिव्यू. When the year annual performance review होने के बाद क्या करेंगे आप, ये जो annual review होगा वो final review है ये साल का. So you will rating to the employee. Rating in the sense excellent employee, average employee, poor employee, मतलब काम अच्छे से नहीं कर रहा है वगैरह वगैरह. Then you will discuss with employee. You will sit and discuss with the employee. उसके सक्सेस के बारे में, अगर सक्सेस है तो उसको अप्रिशिएट करेंगे, अगर नहीं है तो उसका इम्प्रूवमेंट प्लान्स डिस्कस करेंगे. Then you go ahead. If as per your performance planning, then you will have to implement some remedial measures. What are remedial measures? उसको counseling करना पड़ेगा, mentoring करना पड़ेगा, या फिर उसको training program के लिए भेजना पड़ेगा. These are the remedial measures you can take so that improves in future. The most जो salary है उसके अंदर changes लाना है. अगर the employee is performing well, you will have to improve the compensation. If the employee is not performing well, then maybe the compensation remains the same, और बहुत ही बुरा है cut or reduce the compensation. Okay. Then after that is management training. The people who are very good, they have performed as per your expectations or they have exceeded your expectations, you want them to occupy higher positions later on. So you will need to give them special training. Those employees who have not performed well, you will need to give them a different type of training which is related to their job, right? So all those kinds of training have to be done, and all these activities are critical to the success of the organizations. And then again you will do the review, rate the employee based on review. So this whole cycle will give you an idea कि क्या क्या करना पड़ता है HR मैनेजर को जब भी परफॉर्मेंस मैनेजमेंट किया जाता है. So one more diagram similar type है but थोड़ा different way से explain किया है इसमें. तो यहाँ पे क्या होगा, यहाँ से शुरू होता है first. Okay, position, duties, responsibilities of the employee are decided. Smart goals, look at this word, it's coming again. Smart goals are decided by the manager and the employee, दोनों मिलके jointly. Then interim review is done. In between the year, you do check the progress of the employee. Then you do your annual review after the whole year is over. उसके बाद you based on the performance rating is given, and then the manager will discuss with the employee about the कैसे improve करना है, आगे चल के कैसे ज़्यादा अच्छा performance एंड सो कमिंग ईयर. यानी अगर ट्रेनिंग को उसको भेजना है तो प्रॉपर ट्रेनिंग हो रहा है नहीं हो रहा है वो भी एचआर मैनेजर को देखना पड़ेगा. ये सब होने के बाद कॉम्पेंसेशन में क्या चेंज लाना है, the HR manager has to. New year begins and the whole process is beginning again. So this is, as you can see from this diagram. So this whole activity of performance management is critical to success of the whole organization. The management training which is given to the employees and the ratings that incorporate skills and competencies both will work towards the success of the organization. Okay, so this is about components of the management performance management system. अभी किसी को इसमें कुछ questions पूछना है? Any doubts you have in this, or you all are clear with this? Everyone, give me a response.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay, fine. ठीक है, I'm just